Shola, welcome. It's great to meet you. And you came over from Nigeria, didn't you? Is it 2001, Shola? You came to
Yes,
the UK.
2001 exactly. Yes.
My goodness, sometimes I think as I've got into my 40s, that photographic memory is fading a bit. But no, it's still quite sharp. Yeah, and your name is pronounced Shola, but your full
Yes,
name is.
actually, my full name is Shola Eson, but the short form is Shola,
Yeah,
which takes off the Olu.
yeah.
And it's spelled Sola, but it's pronounced as Shola, just to make it easier for people to pronounce so they don't break their teeth or bite their tongue. That's the name.
Yes, all of Shola. Yeah, that rolls
Yeah.
off the tongue. Yeah. So I think a lot of people. I mean, you're a taxi driver at the moment, and you've been doing that for a
Currently,
while.
I'm a taxi driver with an engineering background from Nigeria, but
Yeah.
that's the past now.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. We'll hear a bit more about your journey to where you are now, how you came over here, Shola. Um, but first of all, I think a lot of people you might say on the left or left-leaning people, left-wing people who might label people like us, Shola, far right, racist, will be shocked and confused to find that, in our movement, we might call it the Patriot movement, we might say far right if they want to call us that, we have lots of legal migrants, we have people of other races, other origins who are just as angry and frustrated and disillusioned, and well, disillusioned is a polite way of putting it, with what's going on in the UK or happening to the UK at the moment. They'll be surprised to see that there are people of other races, legal migrants, who are equally as angry as many um, white British people, Shola. And you're one of those people. You're one of those far right migrants.
100%.
Yeah. And how have your political views evolved? I mean, you've been here since 2001. Um, how would you say how long have you had views similar to what you have now? For example, you're a reform supporter, for example. How long have you been broadly in the camp you're in now?
Incidentally, it's a very long story, but I'll keep it as
No.
short as possible.
Yes.
Um, right, actually, I would say from the very first time I came to this country, I'll be very, very upfront in my opinion and what I'm going to say. I'm of the opinion that the Labour government, since the time of Tony Blair, they don't actually love this country at all. All they're after is getting vote from as many people as possible, including migrants like myself. But unfortunately for me, I did not fall into that category. Because what really happened, most people don't even know about it. There is something called there's a program called the Highly Skilled Migrant Program, introduced by the Labour government under Tony Blair in the early 2000s. I came to this country on that scheme. According to the Labour government of the day, it was designed to bring people from all over the world to come and work and live in the UK and make UK the permanent home. Anybody can check it. It's there online, but it's been scrapped now.
Yeah.
And the criteria, they were just free criteria, very simple criteria. You must have at least 5 years post-graduation experience in any discipline at all, university degree in any discipline. You must have 5 years, you must have a degree in any discipline, number one. Number two, you must have at least 5 years post-qualification experience. And I can't remember precisely, I think about £5,000 annual salary in your local currency. So basically, most of us qualified like I did. And we had on our passport no recourse to public fund, which meant we are just here to work and pay taxes. No benefit whatsoever at all. But thank God for the NHS, even if you fell ill, we can still be looked after, but no benefit, no support, no job seekers allowance, nothing whatsoever. So on that note, then When I came, I discovered that it was just nobody knew about the program. I was carrying my passport around looking for a job to continue my career as a mechanical engineer. It didn't work out. After 6 months, I ran out of funds, so I had to start looking for a job as a security officer. So fast forward, I knew politically, when I was in Nigeria, I never voted because being in Nigeria, nothing works in Nigeria with due respect to Nigeria as a country of my home country. But and also, okay, now I'm in a Western democracy. This is democracy as we are told, as we are taught. And Nigeria also been, what's it called? We were colonized by British, so former British colonies. So everything in Nigeria was British standard. Anyway, my politics changed about 10 years. All along, I was just observing, looking at I wasn't really interested until something happened in my life that changed my political view. Basically, my marriage collapsed, my second marriage collapsed. I lost my house. And funny about this, I thought my life had ended. I thought everything is gone crazy. What did I do? By that time, I got my British passport because I had to go through the ladder. After my HSMP, after 4 years, we are granted indefinite leave to remain. After that, we got a British passport. We became naturalized British citizen. Fair enough. By 2009, I've got my British passport.
Yeah.
I started working at the NHS. 2013, my marriage collapsed. I lost my house. And I said, okay, now change of environment. Then I went to America. I got to America to visit one of my childhood friends. And after a month, he said to me, Shola, are you coming to stay in the UK, the United States, or you're on holiday? I said, oh, I'm a British citizen. I've got a British passport. I've come to live here forever. And he said, no, it doesn't work like that. After 90 days in America, you become an illegal migrant. I said, no, I don't want that. So I came back to the UK, my home. Then I went to the council to say, oh, here we go. Went to the council. In those days, that before COVID, went to the council. I've got an appointment. I went to the housing officer. I needed an accommodation. No, Mr. Isan, you cannot get an accommodation. You are 52 years old. And at that time, I was single. I was divorced. I had no dependent child. So what triggered my politics was, next door to me, with due respect, we're seeing the EU at that time. There was a lady in the foyer of the council with her kids and some suitcases. She didn't speak English language. He said, yes, you're coming from the EU. I can't remember whether it was from Romania or from Poland, one of the Eastern European countries. Yeah, we can do everything for you. We get an interpreter. We find you a temporary accommodation because they were classified as vulnerable. Coming to the UK from the EU, they had nothing. And I was so sad. I said, what's going on? I'm a British citizen. I'm a Black British citizen.
Yeah.
And I've been here for like 12 years. I've paid my dues. I've done everything. And I can't even get support. So before that time, I've been following Nigel Farage. I've been following other politics. And I said, now I can feel the pains. I can understand how indigenous white British people feel. If I can feel like this, I can feel their pains. That night, I went and joined the local reform, then UK.
Yes. UK,
then I joined UK, Nigel Farage party, then I joined UK.
Yeah.
And I started attending the meetings. And anyway, in nutshell, that's how my politics evolved. And ever since then, I've been following Farage. I voted and campaigned seriously to leave the EU. People didn't understand. I have to remind people of the Commonwealth blueprint. We were all in Commonwealth before. I have to remind people about how the EU evolved from being EEC, European Economic Countries, to be EEA, European Economic Association, and stuff like that, to metamorphose into a nation, EU. So that campaign went on, and when the referendum came to leave the EU, I campaigned seriously. Everywhere I was, and that's how my politics evolved to date.
Yeah. That's a really good nutshell explanation, Shola. And so, what would you say to somebody, Shola, on the left? I hate to use these sort of tribal labels, but somebody on the left who attacks you and says, "How can you be a black African Nigel Farage supporter in the UK or Reform supporter?" How would you answer them in a nutshell without getting wound up or into some
The
sort of
simple answer
point?
for them is, if you really, really, really love this country, United Kingdom, it doesn't matter whether you are a Sikh or a Muslim, a Christian, a black, Asian, whatever, we need to work together to save this country. It is not racist to defend your flag. It is not racist to defend your culture. It is not racist to defend the heritage that the forefathers of this country left and fought for. And this country is not the only country in the world. And talking about, again, I would just digress a bit,
Yeah.
talking about migration. There's nothing wrong in migration, but it must be controlled and must be legal. That has always been my argument to the left people. I'm going to meet guys. People have attacked me, my fellow black people. How come you're talking like this? After all, you are formerly an immigrant. I say, yes. The example I tell them is, if I was a pilot of an aircraft and I sent to a place to go and rescue some people, and I tell them I'm the captain, okay, guys, come into my aircraft. A time will come, my plane will be filled to capacity. And I
Yes.
say, I've got to lift and I've got to take off. Otherwise, we won't be able to take off. The
Yeah.
same thing if I was a captain of a ship and I sent to rescue people from difficult area, the ship is designed for maximum capacity. So is a nation. And that's what's happening now. I won't say because I'm already here now, oh, let everybody come. It will become unbearable to all concerned. So we have to manage this. It's not a crime. It's not far right. It's not racist to control migration to defend this country. And we all
What
know what
is
is going on now.
No, I mean we've got virtual, unlimited, unquoted, uh, limitless chaos at the moment, haven't we, Shola? Quite literally chaos at the moment. And when people, particularly on the left, say to you, "But Britain has a colonial past. What about the British Empire? How can you think like this when you know what you know about the British Empire and our colonial past?" How do you respond to that? Because that is a nuanced one, isn't it? We
That's
acknowledge we acknowledge the British Empire, we acknowledge our colonial past. For me, that does not mean that we have to absorb everybody, all the problems from all over the world. We need to draw the line somewhere. That's how I respond. Where do we draw the line? Despite our past, which was a long time ago now, or quite a while ago. But how do you respond when people say things
that's
like
a,
that?
that's a very good question, Jonathan, and you're 100% right. I've been asked that many questions as well. My response has always been, the past is gone. We cannot continue to live in the past. Even in my culture, in my own country, we had our own past. We had slavery, for example, slavery. My own grandfather, my own forefathers had slaves. I won't go into details. They did horrible things to their own slaves.
Yeah,
So that's us. The past is gone. We have to move forward. And when people keep us saying this, so how, like you said, when do we draw the line? When are we going to keep on blaming the white people, the colonial masters, for all the woes of our country? For example, my home country, Nigeria, we gained independence in 1960. Right now, some people in Nigeria will say, why did we even gain independence? It could have been better left to be led or to be governed by the colonial masters. Because right now, the Nigeria country that I came from, that's my home country, that I love and I still miss. But if I'm to choose between Nigeria and the UK, I'm safer in the UK now. I have a better life in the UK. I've got families in Nigeria. So back to your question, Jonathan, we've got to forget about the past. We cannot bear the brunt of the mistakes of our forefathers. We cannot be made to pay for the price of the sins of our forefathers. We have to just move on because the world is evolving. The world is changing. We have to live in the moment and prepare for the future generation that's going to come after us.
Great answer. Yes. Now, Shola, how do we, something, it's make or break now, isn't it? Something's got to give. We're at breaking point, snapping point, boiling point, however you want to term it. How do we, how, in your opinion, do we stop or get this small boat crisis under control?
It's this very simple thing. We need a government that's got the willpower to do it. It's very
Yes.
simple. In a simple language, we just need to shut the tap. We need to close the tap. There must be a very heavy deterrent. Nobody can tell me, with my experience with migration, being a migrant, I knew so many routes to get into any country illegally, but I choose not to.
Yeah.
If there's a deterrent, I'm sorry, we cannot take anybody from the boat again. Another thing that really kind of, I, I, I won't say it annoys me, but bothers me is how on earth can any government, it's simple English language, they talk of smashing the gang, they talk of stopping the boat. The criminal gangs, they are called people smugglers. By that definition, they are criminals. They're committing a crime. So if I pay money to somebody to smuggle me to another country, I become a criminal, either by air or by boat or through the lorry or whatever means. If I pay a criminal, if I pay the people smuggler to smuggle me into a country, then I'm complicit. So I should be arrested immediately and be told you've committed a crime. There are so many ways. I hear from the left telling us there's no legal route to the United Kingdom. That's a fallacy. It's simple. If for example, now, for the sake of analysis, if I was stuck in Nigeria and I'm being persecuted as a Christian, which is happening now,
Mm.
and I'm running for my dear life,
It's
my
diabolical
village,
what's happening. Yeah,
yes, my
diabolical. And
village,
many people
assuming
don't
my
know
village
about
has
it.
been burnt down, people in my family have been killed, I'll make my way to UK High Commission in Nigeria, and I'll say I'm in crisis. Then, at that point, I'll be classified as an asylum seeker. Why are you seeking asylum? I want to escape to United Kingdom because my village has been raised down by some people who don't like me. So I need help. That's legal route. They look
Yeah,
at my case one-on-one cases, and I say, yes, let's help this gentleman get me my papers documented, and I come here. For me to find my way from Nigeria to Europe by whatever means, go through all the countries in Europe and get to France and Belgium, the nearest neighbor to United Kingdom, and I go into the illegal migrant camp and I pay people smugglers to put me on a dinghy that is not
yeah,
safe. That is criminal.
yes,
And the French is complicit as well by supporting these people to take them to the middle of the channel, and then they're welcomed by the United Kingdom Border Force. Bingo.
yes.
It's
And,
on.
and even with very genuine asylum seekers, I feel very strongly, Charlotte, that we still need to have a limit and a quota. Whereas a lot of people on the left, again, I hate to keep using these labels left and right, but a lot of people in the left, they seem to have no concept of limits, quotas. They just seem to think that we could go on and on and on with, infinite numbers, uncontrolled, and they don't seem to draw the line anywhere, which is terrifying, Shola. Terrifying.
It is indeed. It
And I
is
keep
indeed. And
saying
then
to them, Shola, many of these people, most of them, or many of them, a lot of people can't seem to differentiate between the various categories. They just sort of lump it all in with the same sort of general, um, well, I call it suicidal empathy, but the same charitable
it is
label for
indeed.
everybody. I say a lot of these people, which I completely understand, human nature, they're just opportunists and economic migrants, which we understand. Many of them are simply opportunists. Many of them are dysfunctional people with problems, bad intentions, or shall we say, not very good intentions.
Definitely.
A random mishmash of all sorts of people. We're not. It's not controlled quality migration, is it? It's
It
random.
isn't.
It's a random mishmash, Shola.
If I must say something again, Jonathan, I think we're running out now. I
Yeah,
need to say something
we've
as
got another
well.
6 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah,
Fantastic. When people, another thing that bothers me is these people crossing the channel, it can be checked. They don't have any identity. We don't know who they are. Personally, when I came to this country, having gone through the processing of getting my highly skilled migrant program visa, which is like a work permit, which now became, which made me, through which I got my ILR, indefinitely to remain, and then got my British passport. When I was looking for a job, like I said earlier, I couldn't get a job in my engineering career. So I wanted to work in the security industry, the SIA, and I needed to have a criminal record, which I did not have in this country. They did not trust the one I came with from Nigeria, from the equivalent of they didn't. Guess what? I was now asked to go to Scotland Yard to submit my fingerprint so that they can have a document of my I mean, it didn't bother me because I had no criminal record. I don't have an intention of committing any crime in future. So that's when I was processed. That's the word. It didn't bother me. So I submitted my fingerprint, which was now taken to the SIA before I could work as a security guard in the United Kingdom.
yeah. And now we
Now,
seem to, yeah. Now it seems to be that virtually anybody can come here and get virtually um, anything they
accepted.
want, and they can get away with virtually anything. Virtually get away with virtually
Interesting
anything
thing, Jonathan.
and
They
get
can
one.
claim to be anybody. They can give the name as anything and it will be accepted.
Yeah,
Some people come as adults. They claim they're adults. They claim they're children
yeah,
in their 20s, taken to secondary schools with beers, and we are not allowed to even check their dental, whatever. We have the technology to check anybody's age,
yeah.
just through the DNA, through the hair, or the dentures. No. If you do that, you
You
are
couldn't.
racist.
You
If you
cannot
do that,
believe. You cannot believe what is going on. I mean,
it's
It's
unbelievable.
beyond. It's like a Hollywood movie, like a very bad movie, isn't it?
Like
You
a
just
horror
cannot.
movie.
It's surreal. I mean, have you been? I mean, you're in Buckinghamshire, Oxfordshire area of
Northamptonshire.
yeah, Northamptonshire. Have you been involved in any street protests or any migrant hotel protests? Have you been out there and involved in any rallies yet, or not?
Not yet, not yet. The last time I did was during the EU campaign. But
Yeah.
right now, I've taken a step back to just
Yes.
look at the situation in the country to say, I think I need to get back. I need to get more involved so
Yeah.
that
It's not
people
easy.
can know.
It takes
When
a
I
lot
tell
of
people that,
energy. It takes a lot of
yes,
energy and
it
motivation. It
does,
really does.
it does, it
Yeah,
does.
and um, of course, the migrant hotels are being emptied now, and people are going into HMOs. So there are going to be HMOs in communities all over the country, aren't there? And local communities are going to be pushing back against that now. Um, but sure, so you're a reform voter then?
I am a
Yeah,
reform voter.
yeah,
I'm a reform member, and I will vote for Reform Party anytime, any day.
yeah,
Just before
yeah,
talking about the hotels, the migrant hotels and the HMOs, again, the government is gaslighting us. We
yes,
have in this country what is called immigration detention centers. I used to work for the Home Office. I wanted to I applied for some jobs at the IDCs, but I said no, it won't be good for my personal forever. Anyway, immigration detention centers are meant to put illegal migrants and detained,
yeah,
not to be roaming around the streets.
no,
So when did that change to have migrant hotels or HMOs and be allowed to roam the street aimlessly without anything? it's just unbelievable.
You couldn't make this up. We're living in surreal times, Shola, and it's going to be down to people power, isn't it? It's going to be down to us to turn this
Yes.
around. And I say it's going to be. It is because this is we have no very little time left. It's late. It's late, but it's not too late. But
It's not
Shola,
too late. There is still hope.
we must talk again in the next few weeks.
That was fantastic, Jonathan. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having me on your
Shola.
program. I really appreciate it.
I can't believe how quickly the time's gone.
Oh, no.
All right, thank you, Shola. Thank you so much. Speak to you
Thank you
soon.
for having me. Thank you, Jonathan.
All the
Speak
best.
soon.
Bye, Shola. Thank you.
Bye.